What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the stimulus package update, pretty much everything going on here in our country, daily news, money, investing, the stock market. Remember, new videos come out here on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date with everything. Also, if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. It's being reported today that former Secretary of State Colin Powell has died today from COVID-19 complications. That is correct. At age 84, he was vaccinated but suffered from a cancer that makes the shots less effective. Yeah, so our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Former Secretary of State Colin Powell was the first Black American to serve in the post. He died today at age of 84 due to complications of COVID-19, his family announced in a statement. The family said the former chairman and the Joint Chief of Staff had been fully vaccinated and was receiving treatment at Walter Reed National Medical Center, and that he reportedly had been diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a type of cancer, which is a cancer that forms in plasma cells and diminishes the body's immune response. Former President Bush, who tapped Powell to serve as his Secretary of State, said, "Laura and I are deeply saddened by the death of Colin Powell. He was a great public servant, starting with his time as a soldier in Vietnam. Many presidents relied on General Powell's counsel and experience," former President Bush said in a statement. Also, former President Bill Clinton was released from the hospital yesterday, where he was suffering from a non-COVID infection from sepsis. So he is recovering right now. I will keep you updated on that. On the stimulus package, Democratic Representative Pramila Jayapal, the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus, which is a member of 96 members in the House of Representatives, defends the stimulus package and wants to make it larger. Check this out.
Now, a lot of people have asked, isn't something better than nothing? And the answer, quite simply, is no. Because when it comes down to something rather than nothing, it's the same people who are forced to settle for nothing over and over and over again. It's the reason why we have a housing crisis in this country, with public housing having fallen into such decay that it's threatening the health of people who live there. It's how we got to a code red for humanity on climate, and our government is still subsidizing fossil fuel companies. And it's why it took a global pandemic and over 700,000 American deaths to force those in power to confront the long-standing, deeply rooted inequalities in this country. We're not going to ask people to get by with nothing while millionaires and billionaires continue to get richer without paying anywhere near their fair share in taxes. We progressives in Congress held the line, but we're not done yet. And let me be clear that this is not just some crazy progressive wish list that nobody else agrees with. This is President Joe Biden's agenda. This is the agenda that Democrats in the House, the Senate, and the White House were elected on. And this is the agenda that over 70% of the American people want to see done. So Congress and the White House are negotiating over what the final package looks like. We succeeded in putting the president's full agenda back on track, but now we actually have to deliver on that agenda so that people wake up and they feel, like in their hearts, they feel the transformational change in their daily lives. In both the Senate and the House, we are united in our insistence that these priorities, climate action, the care economy, housing, roadmap to citizenship, expanded healthcare, and tax fairness, are included and funded in the final bill. We have to insist that the will of the 96% of Democrats in the House and the Senate, the leadership of the president, and the majority of the American people is not ignored for the misplaced priorities of 4% of our colleagues who aren't yet on board. We have no intention of backing down. And if we all continue to stick together in the Senate, the House, in Congress, in the movement, as we have so far, I just know that we can deliver the most significant economic transformational investment in working people, in poor people, in families, in Black, Brown, Indigenous communities, in women in nearly a century.
Now, you heard Pramila Jayapal there say that they have to stick to their guns, and the 96% of Democrats want to pass this, and there's only 4%, maybe even less, of the Democrats, like Senator Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema from the Senate, that are on a different team that wants something different. And well, Senator Joe Manchin is now kind of starting to make demands. Check this out. Senator Joe Manchin lays down demands for the child tax credits. Yeah, those are those monthly payments going out to 65 million children, which brings over 50% of children out of childhood poverty. Well, he's laying down demands to get rid of a lot of it. Check this out. Senator Joe Manchin, dun, 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 a Democrat from West Virginia, has reportedly laid down new red lines for the Democrats' multi-trillion-dollar reconciliation bill, aka the stimulus package, this time making demands regarding the expanded child tax credit provision, those monthly payments. Axios reported on Sunday night, citing people familiar with the matter, that Manchin informed the White House, basically he's calling the shots apparently, that the child tax credit must have an established work requirement. Yeah, and a family income limit in the $60,000 range if the Democrats want his vote for the package. In the $60,000 range. Wow. Now, to be clear here, the Democrats got rid of the work requirement or earned income requirement from the third stimulus check package when they enabled these expanded child tax credits, when they increased them from $2,000, when former President Donald Trump increased them from $1,000 per child to $2,000 per child back in 2017. However, there was tens of millions of people that didn't receive them because they used to have a work requirement or an earned income requirement on them. Okay, so if you didn't file tax returns, you didn't get them. Okay, and if you didn't, oftentimes if you didn't owe the IRS money, you may not have got them also, depending on your tax situation. Okay. The Democrats changed that in the third stimulus check package and made it say that you didn't need any earned income at all. Okay. Now, whether you agree with that or not agree with that, that's up to you. You can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But the Democrats did change that in the third stimulus check package. They also increased it from $2,000 a child to $3,000 a child for children over the age of 6, and for children under the age of 6 to $3,600 a child per year. And they also implemented those monthly payments of $300 per month for children under the age of 6 and $250 per month for children over the age of 6. And that's kind of where those yearly amounts come from. Okay. But the not having the earned income requirement makes it so millions of people actually now qualify for those child tax credit payments. And that's why a lot of people it's so helpful to them because, one, they get it every single month. So it helps them pay their bills. It helps them pay their rent, put food on the table for children. And a lot of people actually get it now because they may not have qualified for it before, or they might not have earned enough money before. They might be working, but they might not have earned enough money. So there's a lot of kind of controversy over this because the money is supposed to be for the child, but yet Joe Manchin wants to put a earned income requirement on the adult. And a lot of Democrats are saying, well, if you put an earned income requirement on the adult, how does that help the child? So that's why there's a lot of controversy on this between the Democrats. And Joe Manchin, as far as I have seen so far, is the only Democrat that have said this so far. There's some Republicans that have said this, but Joe Manchin is the only Democrat so far that has said this, further making a lot of people question whether he's actually a Democrat or not. I haven't seen any other Democrats say this as of yet, and yet he's making this a demand to get his vote, which is a very strange demand. It's not a suggestion. He's demanding it. So let me know your thoughts on this. This would also affect people that might be on Social Security or disability or SSI or SSDI, because that is not earned income. Even Social Security, even though you may have worked in the past, when you get Social Security payments, the IRS does not consider that earned income. Okay, even though you worked in the past and you earned it in the past, Social Security is not considered earned income. I'll put this up on the screen because I always get some people that kind of don't believe me here. For the year you are filing, earned income includes all income from employment, but only if it includes gross income. Earned income does not include amounts such as pensions or annuities, welfare benefits, unemployment compensation, workers' compensation benefits, or Social Security benefits. So even though you may have worked in the past and it was earned in the past, Social Security payments now is not considered earned income. It's not considered a earned employment. So just to let you know, that's just the way the IRS works. And again, I don't make the rules. I'm just here reporting to you the way the tax laws are. But also remember here, Joe Manchin is putting a family income limit in the $60,000 range if Democrats want his vote for the package, which means if Joe Manchin gets his way, or he's saying just to get his vote, which they need his vote to pass the package, that would mean that any family, and remember, family means a married couple as well. So that would mean two people. So two people making over $30,000 each, $60,000 for a couple or a family. You could see it right here in black and white, or in this case, blue and white. A family income of making over $60,000 would not get the child tax credits if they want to get Joe Manchin's vote. But again, this is all up for negotiations. This is not set in stone. I'm just kind of reporting to you guys the current status of negotiations. As you can see here, these demands, Axios noticed, would significantly weaken the child tax credits, monthly payments to 65 million children or 65 million families, which is one of President Biden's key programs to assist working families. It would also bring down the price tag of the spending bill, which Manchin and fellow moderates Kyrsten Sinema have both said is too high. Progressives, however, are unlikely to get on board with this scaled-back version of the child tax credit or the whole package. Now, meanwhile, other Democrats like Senator Bernie Sanders, who's the person in charge of this stimulus package, once he gets wind of this, is going to have an absolute cow. Figuratively. Senator Bernie Sanders is going to literally, figuratively, and literally lay into Joe Manchin like we have never heard before. He's kind of laid into Joe Manchin a little bit before, and I expect it to be even worse now. You know, Joe Manchin is kind of making a lot of demands for being one single guy. And we heard Pramila Jayapal there say, you know, 96% of the Democrats are all in agreement. And we have one single guy, Senator Joe Manchin, who wants to just make up his own things out there in right field, or I should say over here in right field. And I say that because, you know, he's a right-leaning Democrat. He leans towards the right, towards the Republicans. This earned income requirement, Republicans have said that. We've had Republican Senator Marco Rubio say that. Several Republican senators say that. Not a other single Democratic senator or representative, as far as I know, have said that. It's a very Republican thing to say. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I've seen a lot of comments from people saying, yeah, they should do that. I've seen a lot of people say, no, they shouldn't do that. I've seen a lot of people say, well, you know, a stay-at-home mom really needs that to support their kids. I've seen a lot of people say, you know, I was a working mom that's really struggled to put food on the table and I could have used that extra money. I've seen a lot of people say I was a stay-at-home mom and I could have really used that money. I've seen a lot of people kind of comment back and forth that said either way I could have used that money. So I could see arguments on either side. I'm one of those guys that you could put me on a debate team and I could argue either point. And I'm not the type of person to put myself in anybody's shoes. I think that extra little bit of money every month, $300 a month, $250 a month, isn't going to make anybody rich. I think it's helping out a lot of people in need. And I think that it should continue for every family with children, is just my personal thought. I think they also need to do the same type of thing for low income adults and for seniors. And I think that that is a possibility in the future. I think that they should do a $200 per month raise for seniors as well, which is a proposal that they want to do, as proposed by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren, and Ron Wyden, three different senators. And Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, I mean, he's the Senate Majority Leader, the most important, or maybe him and Senator Bernie Sanders are the most important people in the Senate, have unveiled a plan to increase Social Security benefits by $200 per month for all Social Security beneficiaries. I think that this is something they're absolutely going to try to do or going to do before the next midterm election in November 2022, which is about 12 months away. I definitely think this is something they're going to try to do or going to do before the House and the Senate go up for reelection, because it will provide up to 60 million Americans with an extra $200 per month Social Security benefit and could actually secure them the House and the Senate. So whether they do it for the votes, whether they do it to help out seniors on Social Security, or whether they do it because it's one of the things they want to do, I think it's something they're going to try to do, or they're going to actually do in the next 12 months to increase benefits by $200 per month. And I definitely think that will be something that will really, it's going to be a big push to do. That is in addition to the 5.9% COLA increase, cost of living adjustment, that was just announced within the last 40 days. That was the biggest increase in it's 38 years to be exact. Social Security beneficiaries will soon see the biggest jump in monthly checks in, it's actually 38 years, on the cost of living adjustment called the COLA increase. So that is going to be a significant increase for anybody that gets Social Security checks. So it will be a 5.9% increase. I just did a big video update on that I will link you to. There's also a lot of push for stimulus checks to be added on top of this. By the way, they can pay for the Social Security increase simply by applying a small tax to high income earners making over $400,000, so it won't like deplete Social Security at all. And I cover that in my other video that I'll link you to here at the end of this video. But they're also pushing for $1,400 stimulus checks for not only Social Security recipients, but for everybody as well. The Senior Citizens Advocacy Group has amassed over 1 million signatures here just in the last few weeks. They're pushing for it for Social Security recipients, but honestly, everybody could get it as well. I'm not sure if they would do it just for Social Security recipients. I think if they do it, they would do a $1,400 to $2,000 stimulus check for everybody. But the Senior Citizens Advocacy Group has kind of really put it back in the limelight here within the last few weeks. And that's good, because we really need a lot of people pushing and bringing this type of stuff in the limelight. So this article is literally as of yesterday. So we need a lot of media attention, a lot of advocacy groups, you guys emailing, calling, tweeting your senators and your representatives to say, hey, don't forget us. Don't forget the stimulus checks. Remember, the children are expected to get monthly stimulus checks called the child tax credits. But again, as you've seen Senator Joe Manchin, he's laying down some demands even for that. But remember, everything is a push and a shove, a tug and a pull, a negotiation. So I will keep you up to date with everything here on this stimulus check update channel. I'll keep you up to date with everything really going on in our country. So make sure to subscribe down below. New videos come out on our channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribing is completely free to do so. Just click subscribe if you haven't yet. And after subscribing, you can click the bell icon to get reminder notifications when we go live with new videos. You can click here to watch my newest stimulus check update, and you can click here how there's a big push to add $1,400 to $2,000 stimulus checks in the next stimulus package. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.